$76 trillion. Not 76 billion, 76 trillion. That is the wealth controlled by adults over 50 in the United States. 52% of all net worth. 70% of all disposable income. And they receive 5% of advertising spend. 90% of them feel completely invisible to the brands they buy from every day. And 64% of workers 50 plus report experiencing age discrimination in the workplace, a number that has not moved in 2 years. This is not getting better on its own. That is not an oversight. That is not a generational blind spot that will correct itself. That is a system built on one assumption, that adults 50 plus do not know their own power. And the organizations that figure out how to reach them first will own the most loyal, highest spending, most experienced consumer demographic in the country. Here is what that system has done to the people in its path. Nearly half of Americans aged 55 and older have no retirement savings at all. The average American worker has less than $1,000 saved for retirement. Americans say they need roughly $1.5 million to retire comfortably. The average savings is $955. Over half of today's seniors survive on less than $30,000 a year. 44% of retirees struggle to afford basic living expenses. 48% believe they will outlive their savings. And 4.2 million Americans turned 65 in 2025 alone, a historic record, stepping into retirement just as the economic foundation feels more unsteady than ever. Most adults 50 plus are not staying in the workforce because they want to. They are staying because they have to. And the system that was supposed to protect them, the employers, the institutions, the advocacy organizations, is not moving fast enough to help them. That is why our mission exists, and why can it not wait? My name is Brian McKinney. I am the founder of Learn More Technologies. I got here from 15 years in the classroom, watching experienced adults walk in already convinced they were too old to learn anything new about technology. I built something for them because the system was not moving fast enough to help them. We started in public libraries because that is where the people were, already showing up, already trying, and just needing someone to meet them where they were. Today, 347 plus pioneers have gone through what we built. 23 organizations have invited us in. We run 3 times the industry completion rate for digital upskilling. And 74% of our pioneers report feeling more confident after going through the program. I tell you that because it is evidence. Evidence that when you build from real experience and real respect for the people you serve, they show up for it. I speak on 5 tracks. Every one is customized to your audience, your industry, and the specific outcome you want your room to walk away with. Track 1, the $76 trillion opportunity for marketing conferences and CMO roundtables. I show you the data that proves the 50-plus consumer is the most brand loyal, highest spending demographic in the market. I show them the messaging frameworks that build trust with this audience and the ones that destroy it instantly. Every person leaves with something they can bring back to their team on Monday morning. Track 2, the experience advantage, AI and the 50-plus workforce. For HR conferences and workforce summits. The London School of Economics found that a trained 60-year-old outperforms an untrained 25-year-old using AI. Yet only 22% of workers over 55 receive adequate AI training from their employers. That gap costs organizations $18,000 per worker per year. And 92% of workers over 50 say they are ready and willing to learn. The gap is not motivation, it is access. I show your audience how to close it, retain institutional knowledge, and drive real productivity gains. Track 3. How to reach the $76 trillion market for healthcare marketing, senior services, and economic development. Real case studies, real strategy. Where this audience actually is online, how they search, how they buy, and what converts them. Immediately implementable. Track 4. The Founder's Journey for entrepreneurship and community development audiences. What happens when you stop waiting for a system that is not going to move fast enough and build something outside of it? The AI human in the middle model. Why I stopped asking for permission and what happened when I did. Track 5. Your attention, your vote, your wallet. The most defiant talk I give. For advocacy organizations, policy conferences, faith communities, and any room where adults 50 plus are the primary audience. This talk names 6 industries that count adults 50 plus as their most profitable customers and their least valued audience. Drug manufacturers, food companies, healthcare systems, insurance providers, retail brands, tech and AI companies. Every one of them profits from this demographic while systematically ignoring them. And then I hand the audience the 3 weapons they already have: their attention, their vote, their wallet. $76 trillion in spending power. The highest voter turnout of any age group. And the ability to redirect both toward the companies and candidates that fight for them. People leave this talk different from the way they walked in. Every keynote is customized. Every talk ends with a framework your audience can act on before they leave the building. Not inspiration, a framework. Event planners, HR directors, selection committees, you know the difference between a speaker who fills a time slot and one who actually changes the room. The kind of talk people are still discussing in the hallway 2 hours later. That is what I build every time I walk onto a stage. Age discrimination costs the US economy $850 billion a year in lost GDP. That is not a personal problem. That is a national emergency. And this is the movement that is solving it. I am actively booking my national calendar for 2026 and 2027. Founding speaker rates are available for bookings confirmed before December 31st, 2026. One conversation determines fit. Book a call at the link below. If it is right for your room, I will be there. You are not done yet, and neither are we.